This is the story of Papa Pig and some life lessons he taught his little piglet Pip. Mama Pig and Papa Pig had a little piglet named Pip, who was very curious. But he was also kind of lazy. One day, Pip was playing near his favorite mud puddle when he looked up at the tall trees around him and asked his father, "Why do we have to learn things? Dad, why can't we just play all day?" Papa Pig stopped digging for truffles in the mud and said, "Well, Pip, there are lots of important things that pigs need to know. Like how to dig for roots and berries, which ones are safe to eat and which ones aren't. How to build a safe place to sleep, how to keep an eye out for danger, and most important of all, how to trust your instincts. If you don't learn these things, you might get hurt or even die. And I want you to be strong and live a good long life." Pip thought about this for a moment. "Okay," he said finally. "Let's start with food. You showed me how to dig for roots. What else is there to know?" "Well," said Papa Pig, "there are lots of yummy things to eat in the forest, like delicious berries and yummy mushrooms. But not all berries are safe to eat. Some can make you very sick. And some mushrooms are poisonous. I'll show you which ones to look for and which ones to avoid." Papa Pig showed Pip which roots to dig for and which berries to pick. He explained how to tell if a mushroom is safe to eat and which ones are poisonous. And after a while, they found a nice patch of yummy blackberries. "These are my favorite," said Papa Pig. "And look, there are so many." Pip couldn't wait to try them. He grabbed one and ate it right away. It tasted sweet and juicy and delicious. "Ooh, these really are my favorite," he said happily. But soon he started to feel funny. His tummy hurt. He felt sick. And he ran to the bushes to be sick. "Oh, my tummy," he groaned. "I should have asked before eating them." Papa Pig came over and said, "It's okay, Pip. Sometimes we get too excited about food, but it's important to remember to ask first. That way, you won't accidentally eat something dangerous." Next, Papa Pig wanted to teach Pip how to stay safe in the wild. "You can't just play all day without keeping an eye out for danger," he told him. "There are hungry foxes in these woods, and sometimes even snakes looking for their next meal. If you're not careful, you could get hurt." Okay," said Pip. "What should I do?" "Well," said Papa Pig, "if you see a fox or a snake, don't run away. That will only make them think it's a game. Instead, find a hiding spot, stay nice and quiet, and try to be as still as a statue. Also, remember to wash yourself in the mud. The mud will block your smell and they won't be able to find you." "Okay, Pip, okay," said Pip, sniffing the air. "I think I smell a fox. Quick, let's go hide." Sure enough, a red fox poked its head out from behind a tree and looked round. "HMM, it said, 'I smell pig, but I can't see one anywhere.'" Then it trotted off down the path. "See," said Papa Pig, "being brave and washing yourself in the mud helped us stay safe." "Yeah," said Pip, "I'm glad I listened to you." Next, Papa Pig wanted to show Pip how to build a safe home. "Shelter is very important," he said. "If it rains or snows, you need a place to stay dry and warm. And you're gonna need to learn how to make one quickly." So Papa Pig and Pip went to a nearby creek to gather sticks and leaves. Then they rolled up their sleeves and started making a small house out of mud. They used sticks to make walls and a roof, and then covered it all with thick layers of mud. Finally, they piled on the leaves to make it nice and cozy. "All done," said Pip, wiping sweat off his forehead. "It looks so good, and it's perfect," said Papa Pig. Now if it rains, we'll stay nice and dry. We can use the leaves to make our bed, and there's even a little hole for a door." Then Papa Pig closed the door and said, "No peeking until tomorrow." "Good night, Pip." "Good night, Dad," said Pip. And he fell fast asleep. The next day, Mama Pig made a big breakfast for them all. And after they ate, Papa Pig said, "All right, son, now I want to show you how to trust your instincts." He said, "Sometimes I need to go find food, and you're gonna be here all alone. If you feel scared or uneasy, you need to be brave and take care of yourself. Do you understand?" "Yes, Dad," said Pip. So Papa Pig pretended to be busy looking for truffles in the mud, but really he was just watching Pip to see what he would do. Pip started to feel a little bit scared, so he took a big breath and tried to stay calm. But suddenly he heard a weird sound in the bush. He froze. It was a bird. No, it was probably a mouse. Or maybe it was a snake. What if it was a hungry fox? And sure enough, a sneaky fox came trotting along. It looked around and sniffed the air. "HMM, it said, I smell pig, but I can't see one anywhere." Then it walked away. And Pip slowly came out from behind the log. "See," said Papa Pig, "when he came back, you were scared, so you did what I taught you. You stayed quiet, you hid, and the danger went away. You were brave and you trusted your instincts." "Yeah," said Pip, feeling proud. But soon it was time for another lesson. This time, Papa Pig wanted to teach Pip about helping others. "It's important to be kind and helpful," he said, "even if it makes us a little bit uncomfortable sometimes." Just then, they met a little baby rabbit who was lost and all alone. "Please, please help me," he cried. "I can't find my way home." Papa Pig looked at Pip. "Do you want to help him, Pip?" "Well," said Pip, I don't know. I've never helped a lost animal before. What if I make him even more scared?" "Oh, it's okay," said Papa Pig. "He's already scared. So it doesn't matter. Do what's right, Pip." "Okay," said Pip. He took a deep breath and asked the little rabbit some questions. "Where does your family live? Which way did they go? How do you usually get home?" The little rabbit thought for a moment. "My family lives over there by those bushes," he said. "They went that way. And I usually come home by hopping over this log." So Pip led the rabbit back to his family, and the bunnies were so grateful. "Thank you, Pip," said the mama bunny. "We were so worried about our little one. You're such a hero." Then she turned to Papa Pig and said, "And thank you, too, for teaching him to be brave." But Papa Pig had one more surprise for Pip. He wanted to see if Pip remembered everything he had taught him. So one day Papa Pig pretended to be in trouble and called for help. Pip heard his father's voice and knew something was wrong. So he ran over and asked, "What happened?" "Dad, I'm stuck in this log and I can't get out," said Papa Pig. "Can you save me?" Pip took a deep breath. He knew this was a test. He had to be calm and think of a plan. Then he ran to the river and washed himself in the mud. Next, he gathered some sticks and leaves and started to make a small shelter. Then he sat down beside the log and waited for his mom and the other pigs to arrive. Soon they all came running. "Oh, Papa Pig, we're here to help," they said. "I'm so glad you came," said Papa Pig. "But I think it's time for me to get out of this log. I just wanted to see if Pip remembered everything I had taught him, and he did great." All the pigs cheered for Pip. "You were so brave," said Mama Pig. "You remembered to find help, to stay calm, and to think smart. I'm so proud of you. Then Papa Pig gave Pip a present. He found a piece of wood and some string and made him a special mud medal. You deserve it, son, said Papa Pig. You were amazing, and Pip beamed with pride. That day, Pip felt strong and proud. He was ready to face the world, knowing that he would be okay as long as he remembered his lessons. And said, "One day I'll have piglets of my own, and I'll teach them everything you've taught me." Papa Pig smiled and said, "Life is full of lessons, and you're just getting started.